Bryant head coach Chris Merritt, the team coming off a season opening loss out at UNLV. They're going to be at home opener, Long Island this weekend. ESPN Plus will have that. So, coach, just thoughts about the first week of the season heading into this game, and then we'll go to some questions.
Well, the first week answered a lot of questions for us. We didn't know what really what your identity is. It's a benchmark game for us. Always playing against an FBS opponent. When you open up, you find out what you're good at, what habits, what practice habits you've developed that played over into the game. We've identified those, and now we've got to get things corrected for week 2.
Perfect. If you got a question for Coach, let me know down in the chat, and then I'll call on you. I asked you last week just to follow up about, his travel across the country. Anything from that was negative, or did it just kind of work out as you thought it would work out?
I had never been to Vegas myself, and had I gone there myself, I would have probably been a little bit better prepared. I really think the environment, there were too many distractions, from staying in the hotel at a casino to even our pregame walk before our pregame meal, just distractions left and right. And I think that on top of playing an FBS opponent in Allegiant Stadium, it took a while for especially the younger guys on the team, for their eyes to come down to what was in front of us instead of what was around us. And I think the second half score of 20-14 was probably more indicative of the difference. We just it's the distraction piece that, if I could do it all over again, I would have addressed much more, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We got some questions here. We'll go to Nick Holt from ABC6 first. Go ahead, Nick.
Thank you, Kyle. Hey, Chris. How are you?
Hey, good, Nick. How are you doing, bud?
Good. So do you feel like then the distraction piece, like the second half, you feel like it sort of reflected, the way that the game went, particularly offensively? It seemed like you were able to put together a couple of good drives and sort of settle into the game a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the film early on, kids on offense going the wrong way on a play, all the little things that have not bit us in practice, because when we call the play out, and there's no stress, there's no pressure. But 2 times early in the ball game, we had guys catch the wrong direction of the play, and we had guys offensively not run the depths of their routes, and things that were uncharacteristic of 10 starters returning on a football team. I really feel that second half, when we were able to put things together, it's because they got into a groove, into a rhythm, and they weren't distracted anymore, because playing in Allegiant Stadium wasn't, and it's not a cop out by any means. They played better than us, and they beat us. But just reflecting back to Kyle's question, if I could have it all over, do it again, that may have affected some of our success early on.
And just where have you seen maybe the last couple of days, the guys sort of bounce back from that, and particularly trying to, get ready for this next game and wanting to put, a better game together?
Yeah. When you film is usually the equalizer in life. When you think you play really well, it brings you back down to reality. All right. When you think you play really bad, there's a lot of positives. At the end of the day, against an FBS opponent, offensively, we were even. We were both at 409 yards. We doubled their time of possession, but in situational football, we didn't execute. We didn't convert 2 4th downs and short. We didn't convert. We were third in the country last year on third down conversions at 50%, and we were 30%. So our inability to be successful offensively in situational football is a result of that score, to be honest with you.
Thanks, Chris.
Kevin's got some questions. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
What's up, Kev?
Good to see you. Looking ahead to this week, the school has taken a lot of big steps over the years to create a real football atmosphere there. Just what are you expecting this weekend at home?
Well, I'm excited. It's always fun to play at home. Our record has been exceptionally well over the last couple of years at home. I think we've lost 1 game at home in the last 2 years. So the kids take a tremendous amount of pride playing at home. That's their practice field, let alone their game field, right? And our job is to win the games at home. It's why we have home games. So excited for the atmosphere. It's going to be a 6 o'clock game Saturday. Hope the weather stays dry for us. There's a little forecast of a little water coming in, but we're excited for that home game atmosphere.
And just what have you seen on film from FIU or LIU?
Yeah, LIU's they're better. They're done making the transition from Division II to Division I. They're a Division I football team now. Their roster is stocked full of FBS transfers of kids who have transferred in, and I don't believe they have any more of their Division II kids on roster from the previous past. So they're explosive on offense. They've got definitely got some schematic things that are very very impressive. Defensively, concerned big time about 99. Their D lineman is as advertised. So we have our hands full on both sides.
Thank you.
Coach, earlier, somebody got asked the question or made the statement from week 1 to week 2. Sometimes you see are the biggest jumps in teams. What maybe you've already mentioned a little bit, but what do you specifically think? What area made your team make the biggest jump in this week?
Well, what week 1 does for you is it exposes what you need to fix, because I guarantee you anything you put on film week 1, you're going to see for the next 5 weeks, right? So tackling, adjustments to formations, play actions, things that our offense hadn't done to our defense over the course of a month that gets you into a lulled rhythm, we're exposed. And that's on both sides of the football. So we've identified what we feel the next opponents will take a peek at or take a shot at, and we're dedicated this week to fixing those. And that's where you get the most improvement from week 1 to week 2.
We've got a little bit more time. If Nick or Kevin, if you have any other follow-up questions. No? Okay, they're all good. Well, Coach, thanks for your time this morning. Best of luck this week in the home opener, and we'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
All right, bud. Take care, Kyle.